Fallout 4 is turning 10 years old this year, and Bethesda Game Studios seems determined to make sure people are still talking about the game for better or worse. According to a series of reliable leaks, the game is about to get a major update, one that could completely change the way players experience mods. The kicker, it's bringing back paid mods in the form of Bethesda's creation system, the same framework already in use in Skyrim and in Starfield. Now you might be thinking, didn't Bethesda already try this with the Creation Club years ago? Yes, they did. And yes, it was also controversial then as well. But this time, the company seems ready to double down, leaning on Fallout's resurgence thanks to Amazon's hit TV show to give Fallout 4 a second life. The question is, are players ready for it? But before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Fallout news. And if you're interested, consider becoming a member on the channel for early access on every video, members only content, your name in the credits, the ability to write in and have your comments featured, and access to the Discord community. The story started with Juicehead, a well-known YouTuber in the Bethesda community, and he dropped a video claiming Fallout 4 will soon adopt the creation system. And it doesn't seem like he's guessing either. Juicehead said he confirmed the news with multiple sources and even sat on it for up to 6 months before going public with the information. That kind of patience could suggest he's pretty confident in the information. If you're unfamiliar, Creations is Bethesda's replacement for the old Creation Club. It's a storefront inside the game where modders can publish their work, often charging players a fee. Bethesda of course takes a cut from all of it, and it's been active in games like Skyrim and Starfield for a while now, and Fallout 4 is apparently next in line. And it seems like this timing is no accident. Season 2 of Amazon's Fallout TV series is set to air this December, and there's heavy speculation that this update will drop alongside it, maybe even marked as a pseudo DLC launch like a Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition of some sorts. That would also line up pretty perfectly with the game's 10th birthday this November. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Creations being added to Fallout 4. Paid mods have always been a sore spot in Bethesda's community. Back in 2015, Valve and Bethesda tried to launch a paid mod system for Skyrim on Steam, and the backlash was immediate. Fans accused them of trying to monetize what had always been a free, community-driven ecosystem, and Bethesda eventually backed down within a week, but the idea never really died, of course. Instead, it looks like it's evolved. The Creation Club launched back in 2017 as a softer approach to these paid mods. Instead of any random modder charging for content, Bethesda curated the mods, working directly with creators to release small DLC-style packs. But even that system got pushed back, with players saying it was overpriced and unnecessary. Now with creators, Bethesda seems to be fully committed to the idea of paid mods as a permanent feature in their games going forward. In Skyrim and Starfield, it's essentially a marketplace where creators can upload their work, get it verified by Bethesda, and then sell it to players. It's more open than the old Creation Club, but it also raises fears of flooding the market with low quality or even AI-generated content. And that's exactly what players are rightfully already complaining about. On Reddit, one user joked, "Can't wait to pay $9.99 for an AI-generated power armor skin." That pretty much sums up the skepticism a lot of fans are feeling about this new update. Now, I personally see this in two minds. Yes, the slop and overpriced junk has no space to be taking up a place on the store, and I think Bethesda should do a better job of policing what goes on the Creation Store and the pricing to ensure a great experience for the players. On the other hand, when you get really high quality content that are essentially fan-made DLCs for around $10, then I can see the upside of having this storefront in the game and continuing the flow of content from the community. For example, if you're in the Bethesda ecosystem, you've probably heard of them, but there's this group called Kingath Creations who have made the Skyrim Bard's College expansion, the Watchtower creation for Starfield, and other cool projects for Bethesda games. And they are really good and reasonably priced. And not to mention, there are still many free mods on the Creations menu that you can check out in Starfield and in Skyrim, and you can find a good mix of interesting mods to download. Of course, if you're on PC, there's also still Nexus mods as well. So yeah, overall there is some junk on the Creations menu that Bethesda needs to get under control, but it's also cool to see some people give us high quality content and also be able to make something from their work. Some are even trying to make a career out of it at this point. It's also worth pointing out and remembering that Fallout 4's last major update didn't exactly inspire confidence. The Next Gen patch, as it was called, released in April 2024 and was supposed to modernize the game for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS consoles. Instead, unfortunately, it introduced a ton of new bugs, performance problems, mod compatibility issues, and pretty much broke the game for many players. Bethesda was supposed to fix what they broke, but over a year later now, players are still waiting for some of those problems to be addressed, and it's obviously a terrible look for the studio. So now, at least according to rumors, hearing that the next big update for Fallout 4 is focused on rolling out paid mods, rather than fixing the mess that already exists in the game, doesn't really sit well with a lot of people, and rightfully so. That said, the leaks also mentioned bug fixes and performance improvements bundled into this new update, so there's at least hope that Bethesda won't ignore those problems this time around. Still, the community's patience is running very thin with Bethesda, and hopefully, fingers crossed here, whatever fixes they end up deploying in the new update later this year won't further break the game or introduce new bugs to the already shaky condition of Fallout 4. Let's get some QA testing going, please. So why is Bethesda revisiting the paid mods debate again in 2025 now? And the answer is pretty simple. Fallout is very hot now. When the Fallout TV series hit Prime Video in April 2024, it was a massive success and saw over 100 million viewers. And Fallout 4's player count on Steam skyrocketed over 600%, peaking at more than 80,000 concurrent players. Not bad for a game that was nearly a decade old at the time. Even Fallout 76, once the butt of every industry joke, saw its best numbers since launch, at least on the Steam platform, and they've continued to pump more and more content into the game over the last several months. And Fallout 76 even has a rumored update set in Ohio, but of course that's some heavy speculation right now. But for some crazy reason they don't have Fallout 5 or some new Fallout game at all ready to capitalize on the success of the Fallout TV show. So I would imagine Fallout 76 is probably slated to get a big update in the coming months or around season 2 of the show. But Bethesda and Microsoft clearly saw the boom from the Fallout show and realized the opportunity that they had before them. Fallout isn't just a dormant IP anymore, it's a cultural phenomenon again. Dropping a new update with fresh content, bundled mods, and a shiny anniversary edition label during season 2 of the show makes perfect marketing sense. But just because it makes smart business sense doesn't mean fans are actually going to embrace the update. I mean, what we really want at this point in time is Fallout 5, Fallout 3 Remaster, or New Vegas Remaster, but it's probably going to be a while before we get a new Fallout game. Maybe Fallout 3 Remaster is coming at some point in 2027. One of the strongest rumors tied to this update is that Bethesda will release a Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition similar to what it did with Skyrim. That edition would include all the game's DLC, the new creation system, bug fixes hopefully at least, and maybe some exclusive anniversary content for Fallout 4. It would also serve as a new jumping on point for players who got hooked by the TV show but never actually played the game. And with Fallout 5 still many years away at this point, it was recently greenlit at least, so they're probably just getting started on development, and Bethesda hasn't even launched The Elder Scrolls 6 yet. Hopefully that's coming in 2027, 2028, or some point soon, hopefully, I don't know. But Fallout 4 is probably the best candidate to keep the franchise alive in the meantime. I mean, there's Fallout 76, and I know many players love it, but it's just not for me. If Bethesda really wants to push this as a relaunch moment for the game, the rumored Anniversary Edition could be marketed as the definitive way to experience Fallout 4. But depending on how much of it revolves around paid mods, fans might see it as a cash grab from Bethesda. This is where things get a bit complicated. Us Fallout fans are incredibly passionate about the series, and the modding community is one of the reasons Bethesda games stay alive for decades after they release. Games like Skyrim, Fallout 4, and Fallout New Vegas still has one of the most active modding scenes in PC gaming, so it's not a surprise that Bethesda wants to cash in where they can. But the idea of charging for mods does risk fracturing that community that they've built over the last several years with this game. On one hand, some modders obviously welcome the chance to actually make money from the hundreds of hours of hard work they pour into their amazing projects. On the other hand, plenty of fans see mods as something that should always be free and created for the love of the game rather than for profit. Then there's obviously the AI problem. With the rise of generative tools, many fear the creation storefront will be flooded with low-effort AI-made junk, while genuinely talented creators and their work might get buried. Unless Bethesda sets strong curation rules with this new creations menu in Fallout 4, it could become a mess very fast. I've not checked out the Starfield creations menu in a little while at this point, but from what I could tell at the time, Bethesda needs to up their game in this area and not allow some stuff on the creations platform at all. Here's the thing, as controversial as paid mods are, the creation system has worked reasonably well in Skyrim. It hasn't killed the free modding scene, and it's given creators a way to make more ambitious content. In Starfield, the creations menu marketplace already has thousands of mods ranging from small tweaks to full quest lines, and if Bethesda handles it carefully, Fallout 4's update could genuinely breathe new life into the game. Imagine high quality, professionally made quest mods launching as paid DLC with modders finally compensated for their work. That could be a win-win in this situation. And with the mismanagement of their portfolio of games from Bethesda, and it's taking almost 20 years to get a new Elder Scrolls or Fallout game, for fans who really love these universes, the fan-made content on the Creations platform might be our best hope here. I mean, imagine one day a project like Fallout London being on consoles as well through the Creations platform. That would be groundbreaking and allow us all to basically have new games made by the fans. Of course, for that to even be possible in games like Fallout 4, a file size update would be needed, because at this point I believe on Fallout 4 the mod limit is 2 GB and on Starfield it's around 100 GB. But maybe one day mods like Fallout London will be easily accessible by all of the fans. But if Bethesda fumbles this new update to Fallout 4, if it's overpriced, buggy, or filled with shovelware, the backlash could be brutal from the community. Here's hoping it goes over well, of course. So where does this leave us at this point in time? If these leaks are accurate, Fallout 4's creation update will likely drop in November for the 10th anniversary or in December alongside Season 2 of the TV show. It'll include bug fixes, performance improvements, and the new paid mod system, and possibly it'll be packaged as the anniversary edition of Fallout 4. Until Bethesda officially confirms anything though, fans will remain split between excitement and frustration with the company. Fallout is in the spotlight again, and that's a great thing to see of course, but Bethesda also has to be careful not to squander that goodwill with a monetization system that feels very cash grabby. Fallout 4's rumored creations update is a fascinating mix of nostalgia, controversy, and opportunity. It could give the game a new lease on life and reward creators for their hard work, but it also risks alienating the very fans who've kept Fallout alive for 10 years at this point. At the end of the day, the wasteland is always messy, and this update is shaping up to be no different at this point. Whether you're ready to throw down caps for a new set of armor skins, or sticking with free mods only, one thing's for sure, Fallout 4 isn't done just yet. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Fallout news. And if you're looking for something else to watch, click one of the videos you're seeing on screen right now. I will see you there. Also, a huge thank you to all the amazing channel members.